So these are the tools that you'll need: small Phillips, standard flat, 5/64 Allen, small screwdriver, and forceps or hemostats. First step, remove the cover, tape it up so that it doesn't keep sliding down and hitting you in the head. Next step would be to remove the tensioning bead, just to get it out of the way. Next step, you would use the bottom rail, moving it up and down manually, to get the Allen keys in the upward position so that you can open them with the 5/64 Allen key. You'll probably have to slide these one way or the other. Loosen that. Loosen this one so that the motor will slide back and forth. And loosen the one that you guys can't see. Then I slide these couplings in to disconnect them from the shaft. And just so that they don't fall into the headrail, I just fasten them down a little bit. Then again, using the hemostats, pop your power cable, pop your data cable. Now, you'll take your flat screwdriver. I know that you can't see this, but there's a lip right there, the black housing lip, and you will pry that to you until you hear that snap. Now at that point, the motor is kind of free. You want to push these back to the outside to give yourselves a little bit of room. Then slide this way, this way, and the motor is out. To replace the motor, turn it upside down. There'll be a piece of packing tape that holds the transmission in place. So you may need to peel that back a little bit. You're going to take your flat-bladed screwdriver just under the motor, snap and snap, and what you're doing is you're pulling these features out of the retaining holes. Lift the motor up, throw it away. Bring in your new motor. You have to, I don't know if you can see that, but the transmission has a shaft that needs to line up with the motor. If you have any trouble lining it up, you can take and twist it just a little bit until it lines up and slides in. Now you can see that all you need to do is snap the motor back in. And there is the motor replaced. Now we just need to get it back in the headrail. Now we want to replace the motor housing back into the bottom rail, and this honestly is probably the trickiest part of it, in that for some reason it comes out a lot easier than it goes in. Just try to spread that bottom rail just a little tiny bit. Okay, so now it's back in, but it's not really clicked in. So this is where you want to give it, pardon the blinding light, you want to get that snapped in there nice and tight. You want to hear that snap for sure. So now the motor is in. It'll still shift back and forth. And you want to leave it that way until you get the shaft hooked back up. Now, in hooking the shaft back up, it's very important that the movable bottom rail is level and all the way up. You can't see it, but what I typically do is I push it up with one arm, with one hand I should say, and as I do that, I loosen these back up. I slide one on, and then I slide the other on. And what this will do is guarantee that that bottom rail is level when it goes up and down in the opening. Then again, you'll probably need to move these once this is lined up and on. You can tighten that. Go to the other side. Tighten that. Now when you position your motor, you want to make sure that you have it in a position where your data cable will reach its port. So that's very important. This is where these really come in handy. These are kind of Murphy proof. There's really only one correct way for it to go in. Then you take your power lead, again Murphy proof, only one way that it can go in. I'm trying to do this without looking at it so you're not looking at the back of my head. Slide this back, slide this back, bring your connecting chain in. Again, forceps, very important. Give it a stretch, pop it in, and that motor is replaced.